Over 7 million illegal cars are being driven on Britain's roads every day.
The ones that obviously drive around and knowing it's got no insurance, to be honest, I've got no sympathy for them.
Each year, hundreds of thousands of vehicles are seized.
So the information is drivers tried to run over his ex-partner.
And locked up at one of the country's car pounds.
You've come to pick your car up, haven't you?
This time, we're on the road with the police.
You were quite clearly stopped at that red light, and then all of a sudden you decided you weren't going to stop for that red light and went through.
It's not taxed since July.
The parking enforcers.
We've got a persistent evader on Holly Street, over.
We're authorising for this vehicle to be removed.
And we've joined the people behind some of Britain's busiest car pounds.
We're trying to get loaded as quick as possible before we start gathering a crowd.
Do not cancel the insurance if you don't hear from a customer. So they cost me 6 points.
To uncover the shocking.
It's not uncommon for objects, food, liquids to be thrown at us out of flat windows.
The miserable.
So far, a £600 bill.
Distressing. It's very distressing.
I was just speechless. I was in tears.
And downright dangerous drivers committing all kinds of vehicle violations.
That's going to be where he's crashed.
These
The bike comes with us.
are the highway heroes cleaning up our streets.
£270 to pay today.
He was called into A&E and he's now disappeared from A&E. We can't find him there.
And once you've lost your vehicle, if you don't pay the fine...
Can I give you the details of a removal, please?
If it's obstructing traffic, it's got to go.
You can wave goodbye to your wheels.
Don't be stupid on bikes, respect the law.
For good. In Surrey,
999 activated.
police have spotted someone driving erratically in a built-up area.
8-1, attach me to George's job. I'm going to make some ground towards.
Officer James has been tasked to track down the car.
So George is buying a vehicle that he thinks possibly is reacting to his presence. George, are you towards where the old Dragon Inn used to be? Organ Inn?
Yes, he's just about to that traffic lights now. Yeah, so more busy than a massive rush. He's just constantly cutting in and out of lanes around people to make progress. But he is reacting to red traffic lights.
Brake in front of a police car. Brilliant. 8-1, I've just gone over the Organ crossroads. Whereabouts are you, George?
Yeah, the next set of lights is the left up towards the T.
George, confirm it's the black BMW.
Yes.
What a cheese. You all right there? Yes, sorry. Gonna step out for us a minute? Yeah, that'd be best, wouldn't it? Just come around this side for me, sir. You've had our unmarked dog van behind you for a while, and you've been driving like you just did right in front of me.
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry, I've got no excuse.
You had any drink or any drugs today?
No, mate, no.
You got your driving licence on you?
I believe I do have, yeah. Yeah, I've got a funeral to go tomorrow, but that's still no excuse.
You'll end up at your own funeral driving like that, mate.
The man is keen to explain his erratic driving.
At the very start,
right from time.
they pulled away doing 1 mile an hour. That's what frustrated me.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be driving frustrated, should you?
No, God, no deal, bro.
So what was the manoeuvre you were going to do here? Because they weren't doing 1 mile an hour, were they? They were doing the speed limit.
Sorry, I don't know. Is it 30 down there?
Yeah.
Officer James decides to carry out roadside tests for alcohol and drugs.
Due to the manner you're driving, I require a specimen of breath and a specimen of saliva.
Yep.
Failure to give me either of those or give me a positive may lead to your arrest, OK?
Yep, no problem.
The reason I get a power to do that is you've committed a moving traffic offence by doing what you're doing, OK?
Yes, I've no issue with that.
Have you ever done one of these before?
Yes, years and years ago when I was 16.
If the driver tests positive, he could be facing a 12-month ban, a hefty fine, or even a stretch in prison.
I'll hold on to the device. All you need to do, make a seal around the tube and gentle blow until I tell you to stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Last year in the UK, there were nearly 25,000 fatalities and serious injuries caused by road traffic collisions. That's the equivalent of one death or injury every 16 minutes caused by accidents and careless driving.
I'm so sorry. I'm late.
At CMG Reception, one of Northampton's busiest car pounds, a driver has arrived to collect the belongings from her vehicle.
Yeah, so logbook and photo ID for yourself.
That's the only thing I've got that's got my...
That's fine, I think it's registered to yourself and have a look.
Yeah.
For light recovery manager Steve, it's all part of the working day.
We do get a lot of people just coming in to collect property. They've deemed their vehicle's not worth getting out of the pound. Their easiest option is just to come and get what they want out of it. And 9 times out of 10, they'll sign it over to scrap, and we can scrap it slightly quicker than we would if we had to wait the 14 days.
The driver was involved in a crash, and her written-off car was recovered by the pound.
Documents back there. I just need you to sign name and address in this section here. It's just to say you're going to go to the vehicle and remove all the property from it.
Sorry, where's that here?
Yes, please. You're lucky he was a bit late, because if you'd have rolled in on your appointment time, everyone else was here.
This is the first time the driver and her husband have seen the car since the accident took place.
Let me move this out of the way. Back it over there, so if you just want to stand back a bit.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's upsetting me. A big shock, a huge shock. Got all the other people's cars that are all crashed up too. It's awful seeing it. Really horrible. Look at my poor car. Oh my God.
We deal with a lot of accidents around here. We're quite close to the M1. We've got a couple of major trunk roads around, so we are doing 5 or 6 accidents a day. That could be 1 car, could be 2 cars. It is quite a big part of our job alongside the no insurances.
Had an accident on the Thursday and
That's okay.
just wanted to come and get a few bits out of my car that I wasn't able to get at the time.
Yeah, look, just put everything in there and then I'll carry it like this.
There's my thing. That's the main thing I wanted. I'm not really caring about all the other little bits. Don't want the key and throw the key back at the car.
Yeah.
We don't need that anymore.
The damaged vehicle is evidence of a lucky escape.
She looked left, looked right, went to pull out and the
Got
guy
smacked
just
from the
hit her
left-hand
foot
side.
on the front there. Just spun her right round and she was embedded on they're about that high metal
Railings. I was very lucky I had my seatbelt on. I'm okay, just whiplash.
Superficial.
Bruises everywhere from the seatbelts, but I'm alive.
The car, however, is an insurance write-off.
When this happens, we send it for scrap. What we class as scrap is just anything going out that's not going back to the owner or going to an insurance company. What the people that take it from us do is evaluate the car. If it's got some resale value in it, they will put it on an auction site. If not, then they will decontaminate it and crush it, and it'll get made into something else.
That's it, we're finished. Shut car. That's it, I've got everything I want out there.
Keep going, 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 keep going. Stop. Pull that tube towards you.
In Surrey, a motorist has been stopped by police for erratic driving.
So one of our dog handlers got behind a vehicle that's driving erratically. He didn't know whether it was reacting to him or whether it was just poor driving or drink driving. So he's called it up on the air. As we've got behind it, it's then pulled an erratic overtake on another member of the public in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. There we go. That was 0. Obviously, I've already given you the requirement for this. What I will point out to you is it is in date until the end of November.
Sure. Yep.
I'm also trained to use this,
Sure.
OK?
Yep.
What I need you to do is roll your tongue around inside your mouth for me.
Now the driver has tested negative for alcohol, Officer James needs to carry out a drug test.
And then stick your tongue out for me. This thing takes 8 minutes to come back. In that time, you can't smoke, you can't do anything, you have to stand with me, all right?
Uh-huh.
Cool, put your tongue away. What I'm trying to get to the bottom of is what's causing you to drive like that. You're not known to police, you've got no points on your licence, you've come back negative on the drink. We'll see how this one comes back.
Whilst they wait for the results of the test, the driver offers up an explanation for his behaviour behind the wheel.
Lately, I've been driving worse. It's not like this is a...
Are you getting angrier recently, or...?
Yes.
OK.
Yeah,
do you know what?
I've got a court divorce thing going on, so I find that upsetting. I grew up in the 70s.
So you're going through quite a bad patch?
I am, but it isn't an excuse.
It's not, but if you're finding that you're getting more and more upset and you're driving... I mean, that was awful, you're driving, and I was only behind you for 20 seconds. It was George that's been behind you for a while.
I was actually about to say to my colleague, you might just want to watch him for a minute.
And then you did it right in front of me?
See what you do,
and then you got the...
Immediately,
idea. But then it's a state of mind. I need to be in a better frame of mind before I leave.
Yeah, you do. To be honest, mate, if you've got all that going on at the moment, just don't use the car.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah.
Get a bike. It might be good to clear your air.
Would do for a while, yeah, because it is, as you said, I'm angry and...
Driving angry only causes accidents.
Yeah, because you become more frustrated with people taking longer, whereas when you're not in that mood, you just relax more.
You need to stop driving like a twonk.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right,
I'm not allowed to say thank you.
You can say thank you.
Thank you for being very decent.
It's all right, we haven't seen what the drug result is yet. If that comes back, you're screwed.
After 8 minutes, the result of the driver's drug test is in.
In relation to the drug wipe, you'll be glad to see that it's come back negative.
For now, the driver gets to keep his car, but not without some stern words.
You're going to kill someone, or you're going to end up losing your licence. And then you're going to be even more pissed off and more angry. Yeah? Not worth it.
Seriously, thank you.
You've got to remember, other members of the public are not used to that coming up, flying, overtaking them. If they turn in front of you, hit them, you could go to prison. All it takes is for a kid to walk out, you kill them. OK, at this point, I have to caution you that you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, OK?
Yep.
He said to me that he's going through quite a bad divorce and that he's driving quite angry at the moment. So all of that in all, I think he's got a lot on his plate and he just needs to slow it down and think about how his driving is. And obviously I gave him quite a few words of advice, so hopefully he'll take it on board and that by the end of that. You were driving without due care and attention or without reasonable consideration for others. That's contrary to Section 3 of the Road Traffic Act 1988. And you were causing alarm or distress, because you were causing him alarm and me distress,
and I've agreed to that.
or annoyance to others.
Yes.
If you commit a similar offence within the next 12 months, you are liable to be reported for summons or arrested and have your vehicle seized by virtue of Section 59 of the Police Reform Act 2002. Charges for that will be no less than £150 vehicle recovery, plus £20 storage for each day or part of a day. OK, slow down.
Yes.
Sort out your life.
Yep.
And don't drive angry.
No, I won't.
All right?
Thank you so
Cool.
much. Cool.
Slow.
I promise you I will. I really appreciate you
All
as
right.
well. Thank you.
I was expecting a younger person to be driving, to be honest, but it was a guy that's got a lot on his plate at the moment. He's passed the drink and drugs test. He's got no points on his licence, and he's been issued Section 59, so it means that he has to drive a bit more cautious and learns, hopefully, from his mistakes today.
Every year, almost 40,000 motorbikes are stolen from Britain's streets. Car pounds across the country are playing their part in helping police recover and reunite the bikes with their owners. For the team at CMG, dealing with stolen vehicles is an everyday occurrence.
Stolen vehicles, if they come in and they're still in one piece, quite often the police will do their forensics on them and then they will eventually be released.
At the pound, a stolen motorbike is about to be reunited with its owner.
You're the registered keeper of the vehicle?
Yeah.
If I take a copy of that to prove that I've seen who you are, you can go down and have a look at the bike to see what condition it's in.
8-9 months ago, someone stolen my bike and at my home. That's why I'm coming here. That's why I'm so happy. I just seen the footage, someone coming in my garden and someone stolen my bike. Then I contact the police. This is the second time stolen for my garden.
But the owner's happiness is short-lived once Steve shows him the white scooter that was stolen 9 months ago.
So this is your white scooter?
Yeah.
They've obviously tried to disguise it by the colour of it. And looks like they've wrecked it for you as well. Looks like they've probably been joyriding around on it and just using it as a toy for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see that they've repainted it. It's an absolute bodge job. Came in with 4 or 5 of the motorbikes. So it took the police a little while to identify this one because it had been so badly damaged. If you were insured, they'll help you because it's a stolen motor vehicle, so...
But I just paid, I think, third party only.
Oh, OK, if you paid third party only, then yeah.
Yeah,
you're not going to get anything for it.
Yeah.
I do sympathise with the victims. They've done nothing wrong. They're having to go out of their way to come back here and get it. They're having to spend money out. It's horrible for them. We have to be sympathetic and just try and help them out as much as we can.
With no insurance to cover repairs, the owner has to decide if it's worth reclaiming at all.
It's a very bad condition. Color change, everything is broken. So I'm just thinking, what can I do?
Two-wheeled vehicles account for nearly 50% of deaths or serious injuries on our roads. In 2021, there were almost 1,500 recorded casualties involving e-scooters in the UK, of which 10 people were killed. As part of a nationwide campaign, Surrey police officers are on patrol looking to improve road safety for anyone on 2 wheels.
So we've been assigned to a job to check that out and then get that recovered.
It isn't long before officers Darren and Wayne spot what they're looking for.
Just seen an e-scooter that tried to stop.
Oh, here it comes. Tango Whiskey 83. It's on an e-scooter, be checked MDT.
Currently in the UK, it's illegal to use privately owned e-scooters in public places.
She was seen riding on a pavement. This doesn't conform to any road traffic legislation, and they should not be used on any road or public place. It cannot be emphasised enough how dangerous the use of e-scooters which do not comply with the road traffic legislation is on the road or public place, and their use can lead to death or life-changing serious injuries to the rider and or pedestrians. So she's using it as a day-to-day means of transport. So she's using it to go to work. She said that rather than walk, she would use the e-scooter to get there a little bit quicker, and she was completely unaware that it was illegal to use one.
As a result, the police seized the e-scooter.
So to collect your vehicle, okay, you're going to have to pay £150. The penalty would be like any other traffic offence if you're driving a motor vehicle. So she'll be going to court. It's likely that she'll receive a fine, and she's also signed a disclaimer saying that she's not going to ride it again. And if she does ride it again, then there'll be further consequences to those actions. Once this paperwork has been signed at every single police station by a police officer, you need to go to the front counter. They'll then be able to say, yes, your vehicle can be released. If we don't seize them, we don't get on top of it, people are just going to continue to use them and continue to break the law using them as well.
Legislation for the use of privately owned e-scooters in public places may be on the cards, but for now, it's still a big no-no.
It's people's complete ignorance to the rules of the road. There is a lot of legislation out there saying what you can and cannot do on the roads, and people still to this day will continue to disobey those rules. So I'm happy that at the end of the day we've potentially stopped any serious or fatal collisions happening today because of that. "620 miles north of Surrey lies one of the more remote car pounds in the UK,
nestled in the Highlands of Scotland.
Tullamore Motors. The main reasons for us collecting or seizing cars, most of it will be accident damaged vehicles.
In this area of outstanding natural beauty, the summer season brings an influx of tourists and accidents, as recovery driver Ewan knows only too well.
At this time of the year, this is probably one of our biggest jobs just now, is hire cars and punchers. Most of the tourists driving the wrong side of the road, and when they come here, it just puts their sort of spatial awareness all to pot, and they're bouncing along the grass verge a lot of the time. So a lot of the roads about here are very narrow.
Mora Motors might be off the beaten track, but its trucks and workshops are always busy during peak season.
We've just had a French camper van pull in with the offside wing mirror missing and headlight smashed and bashes along the side of it. So we've obviously had a little coming together with somebody. Hello.
Hello.
Hiya. So,
Come from for the wheel. The camping has called you.
The camper van was involved in a serious collision with a motorbike, leaving it with a puncture and buckled wheel, as well as minor damage to the light and wing mirror.
I don't think we'll be taking it on either. Just now when I started, just bang a rage and just good.
Ewan and the team are used to dealing with accidents and mishaps.
21, 22 years I've been here at Mora Motors. It's quite a regular occurrence. If it wasn't for the strange locations people put their cars in, or vehicles in, then we'd be out of a job. You get cars that are miles and miles off the road. How in blazes did you get away down there? I was only doing 40 miles an hour. Yes, maybe in the last 100 yards after you left the road. Everyone's got its own unique story.
On circulait sur l'île de Skye et on roulait tranquillement sur notre voie. Et puis en face de nous, il y a une voiture la file des voitures d'en face qui arrivait. Il y avait une voiture et très proche derrière cette voiture, il y avait un motard qui s'est déporté sur notre voie pour voir s'il pouvait doubler. Et il nous a percuté de plein fouet. Le choc a été très très violent. On a vu voler les choses. Enfin voilà. Et donc on a été très choqués de l'accident parce qu'on est nous-mêmes motards.
Fortunately, the drivers and their van escaped with superficial damage.
So 2 wheels and 2 tires. And I'll just send you an email to confirm. D'accord. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
And it won't take long to get the van repaired and the French tourists on the road. Threadgold Car Pound and Breakers is a family-run business established over 40 years ago.
You're back. I told him you'd left me. You run off with a man down the road.
Now run by husband and wife team
Good afternoon, Threadgolds.
Steve and Maureen.
The transit van can go.
Can it? We haven't got a transit van.
Oh, you know what I mean. The Iveco can go.
The Iveco tipper.
Steve and Maureen take pride in making their county highways a safer place.
Sometimes we'll get a car in that might come in for no insurance or no tax, and that is obviously nicer to know that that car's off the road, more so than one that's been taken for anything else.
Forged over many years, the business has a close working relationship with Northamptonshire Police.
Police and the recovery drivers, we have to work together. There's no good the police pulling the cars if they've got nobody to pick them up and impound them. So, you know, and without the police, our vehicles could be sitting around not doing a lot of work. So, yeah, we work together.
Today, the firm has been called to assist with a major road safety initiative in Northampton town centre.
We give the police as much backup as we possibly can. If we're required to be called out, we go.
Recovery driver John...
They come around that corner like a bullet out of China shop, don't they?
...is on his way to collect a vehicle that's just been seized.
When the police pull a car, we go out, we recover the vehicle. It's off the road and not going to cause accidents.
Operation Journey is a major safety campaign to take illegal and unroadworthy vehicles off the highways and into the pound.
You're going to be busy today. Just trying to sort these straps out.
Special Constable Kevin is one of the officers overseeing the campaign.
So this is probably one of the biggest ones we've done down here, having the two sides of the road. Obviously with 32 student officers as well, just helping them through, gaining their confidence dealing with traffic stops. Checking the vehicle, making sure the MOT, the tax, the insurance, licence, make sure it's all in order and it should be legal to be on the road.
And it's not long before they start getting results.
So this was a vehicle that's been pulled in. It got officers' attention. Inspection of the vehicle. His battery is loose. There's no security on it at all, is there? Going over speed bumps and stuff, and you've got the bits exposed, it poses a risk of fire. So that battery needs securing. So the driver's gone off to B&Q to go and find a strap. If he's able to resolve the issue, then we'll probably leave it as an advice and a telling off. If he's not able to resolve the issue, then we'll issue a prohibition, meaning that he's not going to be able to drive away.
In the UK, nearly 300 vehicles go up in flames every day, many caused by poor maintenance.
If I just lower that down for him, then he can raise it for me again later. Unless you stop the car and check, you wouldn't notice that just driving around unless it got involved in a collision or, potentially damaged the battery because of the manner of driving. So that's why these days are quite important, because we can catch the defects before they become anything that's going to be dangerous to the public.
The driver is returned with cable ties to temporarily hold the battery in place.
They said as long as I can get it secure, as long as it's secure, then I can drive it away. It doesn't look the best, but at least it's secure and it won't hit or short out, so, hopefully that'll do,
Let's have a look. No, but you can see that's so much more secure than it was. That is not going anywhere. For a couple of quid, that is perfect. All the rest of your documentation's fine. So yeah, as you can see, that's just so much more secure than it was before. There's no way that's going to move, but it's just pointing that cable ties are a temporary fix, and just if that's the way he's securing it, he needs to make sure that they're intact still. So thankfully he's listened. Obviously that's a fine temporary fix, as long as just make sure that you are checking that they're still holding the battery in, because obviously they're not going to be a permanent fixing. Yeah, you could get like a whole housing for it, and then that's obviously going to be the safest option. But in terms of everything else, that was all fine.
He probably might have saved me, so...
Exactly, that's the point. That's the point. OK, well, thank you for doing that. That is all good. You're happy, good to go whenever you're ready, all right?
With a bit of DIY, this car has managed to stay on the road.
Right, anyway, take care, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
For Dave, the officer running the operation, it's all about making Northampton's roads a safer place.
Today's going really, really, really well. We've had lots of vehicles in. Quite worrying, some of the vehicles that we've had brought into the check site, some of the condition that they're coming in. If this vehicle went on its side, if we put it back on its wheels again, is there going to be any of this still left on the road? Disappointingly, we've had 8 vehicles seized so far. I dare say that number is going to continue to increase with people that are being called in and checked. Overall, it's quite busy at the minute.
When cars are seized and impounded for no tax or insurance, vehicle owners usually have 14 days to collect them. Once they've settled recovery and storage fees.
Perfect, and we've got £270 to pay today.
At CMG, Light Recovery Manager Steve is responsible for the day-to-day operation of one of Northamptonshire's busiest car pounds.
The CMG, we've been working with the police for over 20 years now, seizing vehicles. Police operations do give us an influx. The operation will give us those extra 20 cars, say, but then we've still got to fit the normal 20 to 30 cars we're bringing in during the week on top. It does get busy. It gets really busy. Sometimes Terry, the yard man's running around like he's going out of fashion.
When we've got this many vehicles, it's ridiculous, you know.
It's not just police seizures that end up in the pound. CMG also recover vehicles that have broken down or been involved in road traffic collisions.
When we go out to these RTCs, 90% of the time we will give the victim time to get what they need out. If it's in a dangerous location, we will tell them to get the essentials out and give them the details of where we're going with the vehicle so they can come in and collect.
You may have to wait for our yard, and we've got a bit of a backlog going on. All right, bear with me.
Today is another busy day for the pound.
There's your invoice there, and if you come out this gate just here, you can wait.
With cars being recovered,
it's the boy's car. He'd been to pick his girlfriend up from the train station at Banbury, conditions like this, a bit wet and greasy. He's come round a bend, lost it, and he's rolled his car, basically. Lucky to get out of it, both of them.
And possessions being reclaimed.
So when a vehicle comes in and it's full of possessions, it's part of our contract that we de-kit the vehicle, which means we take everything out of it, we log it all on a parking sheet, we bag it up, we put it in our property store.
But for some car owners, what's inside their vehicle can be worth more than the car itself.
You've been seen to?
Yeah, it's supposed to be half free, but I'm just getting some car.
Yes, you've got. Have you got your logbook or anything with you?
Oh, I left it here last time I came.
No problem. Sign in just there, just to say you're removing all your bits, and then another yard man will take you back to it.
This driver's car was recovered by the pound after getting a puncture on the motorway.
I was just driving along and the wheel blew out. And obviously you can see how bad it is. I couldn't keep driving with it like that. And the RAC said like 5 hours, so I couldn't wait for them. And then yeah, they come here, and it cost more than the car to get out, so I don't want it. Just leave it. I bought a new car already. It's crying for their balls. Yeah, literally. Mike, you want your ball?
At reception,
Try and put your name in your address and say you're taking it away. I'll be back in a second, okay?
the owner of the stolen moped has returned with his wife after deciding to pay the recovery and storage fees.
There is 220 to pay in total. Are you paying on a card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, how does it work out? I'm just asking for my knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you guys work out?
So, there is a 150 recovery, and it goes up at £10 per day for a bike. And it would be from the day that it was released.
Okay.
Are you ready to pay?
Yeah.
No option.
People do get frustrated when they've got to pay the release fee on stolen vehicles and stuff because they're having to pay to get their property back. It's not something we like doing, it's just that it's the way the system's set up. They have to pay it and claim back through the insurance. So it's just one of those things. We've got to take the money because we've got to get our payment back one way or another.
Oh, Baba. મોટા ભાઈ શું હાલત કરી અને ગયા આ ક્યાં લઈ જાય ઘરે
ના એ સાઈડમાં મૂકશે એટલે કઈ રસ્તો જતો આવશે
હા
There you go.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries.
બાકી નહીં રહ્યું કશું બાકી નહીં રહ્યું
nothing. They left nothing inside. Look. I'm just completely shocked because it was white color. They made blue. When we bought, it's completely brand new, and they literally brutally murdered that bike. He literally cried because he really liked this bike, but can't do anything now. So even if we get repaired or anything, it's too expensive.
It's not so much the victims that should be charged on stuff like this, it should be the criminals, but Are they ever caught? We never know that much. If they go to court, the criminals do get charged the expenses that they have to pay through court, but that might take 2 to 3 years.
He's going in scrap. So nothing, we lost everything. He is upset because of honestly, because of the charges, because that's not his fault. They stole it, so that charges should be recovered by that person, not him. Not gonna buy a bike again because we not feel safe this way. Really not happy, unfair, I can say that.
Albanian, okay.
Years, he said.
Right.
Back at Operation Journey, a foreign national has been stopped for driving without a UK licence by Officer Kate.
This vehicle's been pulled in, but the gentleman doesn't speak any English. So we use an interpreting service over the phone just to make sure that he knows what we're asking for so that he gives us the right documentation. We'll ask the interpreter just to explain to him why he's been stopped and what we need from him so that he understands. It's a slower process with the interpreter, but it'll just be a case of trying to be fair, trying to explain to him why we're doing what we're doing and what will happen next.
He said to me he never applied for one previously.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just trying to start the ticket now, but he's not known to us. So
okay.
I'm having to do the long way around.
He's got an Albanian licence, which only means he can drive in the UK on that licence for 12 months. Unfortunately for him, he didn't realise that that was the case and that he didn't apply for a UK licence within those 12 months. So what will happen is he'll get a ghost UK licence generated for him, so he'll have a licence number and he'll get points and the fine attributed to that licence.
Records of ghost licences are kept by DVLA, meaning drivers on foreign licences can be penalised for driving offences in the UK and can be disqualified after receiving 12 points.
Obviously, to make sure you explain to him he won't be able to drive from here.
No.
Without a UK licence, the driver's insurance is invalidated and his car will be heading to the pound.
We've just had a call, which is 7 miles away from here.
Outside a supermarket on the Isle of Skye, 2 cars have been involved in a collision and need recovering to the pound.
No, it's important that we get there as soon as possible to get the carnage cleared up, especially if there's fluids and that leaking from the vehicles. Makes it everything so much quicker and safer for everybody concerned. We're on the south end of the island, probably about 10 minutes from Skye Bridge. This wee job, it's on the main trunk road, well, the only road going through Skye. Weather's damp, as usual, and it's starting to get a little bit windy. It's be coming up on the incident just in a minute. Hopefully it's just round the corner here.
Before any recovery takes place, Ewan needs to record details of the crash site and the condition of the cars.
Just photograph everything you touch. That way you're covered for anything. We've got a Pacific accident unit with the big crane on it and twin winches and a 10-ton slide bed. So it's pretty much everything that's been thrown at us, it'll deal with. The platform is a 10-ton SLA platform, which SLA just means it's a super low approach. So even for a low car, just go and get the keys for the car. It's nice and easy to drive them on. We've got a 4-ton deck underlift on the back end as well, just for a second vehicle. We're all out there to do a job, tidy up after the mishap, leave the road and areas in a safer place after we've finished our job. It's clearing up the debris and the vehicles. I'm just going to turn round and I'm going to sit back here facing the other way then I'll load the other car on. You know, even after you've got the stricken vehicle on board, make sure it's loaded correctly and tied down properly to stop debris and that flying about. That's safer for everybody concerned. So it never happens to an old, crappy car either. It's always nice cars. That's why I run an old, crappy car. I'll just take them back to the yard and they'll stay there over the weekend and hopefully the insurance will be in touch. I'll get my passengers and head off. Well, I say every job's different, but job done.
Earlier in Northampton,
He's got an Albanian licence, which only means he can drive in the UK on that licence for 12 months. Unfortunately for him, he didn't realise that that was the case and that he didn't apply for a UK licence within those 12 months.
police stopped a driver as part of Operation Journey, a major road safety campaign to take illegal or unsafe vehicles off their roads.
We'll be seizing the vehicle. In order to get it back, he'll have to get someone with a UK licence, insurance to drive the vehicle, and you know, all the other documentation to expect someone to have in order to drive a car legally, to go to the depot to collect it. Do you want me to start getting recovery sorted? So I'll just double check that it's booked and bless him. Oh, has he got a child? Yeah. With him? Oh, okay. He's got his partner and child in the back of the car. So I was just telling my colleague, explain they might need the car seat or any child stuff in the car that they need to take with them before the car's recovered.
Have you got everything you need from the car?
Like the baby seat. If you want to take it, take it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take your family out, okay?
With the man and his family safely off the road, recovery driver John has arrived to transport the latest seized vehicle to the yard at Threadgold.
We take it obviously back to our compound, but we got it for 14 days. If the owner comes back for it, obviously they have the car back. But if they don't come back for it, it's disposed of.
It's an important reminder of the need for car pounds.
They'll get a charge for this being collected and per day after that. So it's in their best interest to get it sorted out pretty quickly.
As police and recovery drivers work 24/7 to make Britain's highways a safer place.